This is how you simplify imaginary numbers and complex numbers. Okay, negative 5 plus I, you get rid of parentheses, plus 5I plus I. These three imaginary numbers are like terms, so you can add them. I plus 5I plus one more I. 7I, and you keep negative 5. Negative 5 is a real number. Number 20. This is multiplication case. Negative 5 times parenthesis 1 plus 8i. So you distribute negative 5i for these two numbers. Negative 5i times 1, negative 5i. Negative 5i plus 8i, which is negative 40i squared. And then you distribute negative 5. Actually, you multiply negative 5 and 6i, which is negative 30i. All right. Whenever you simplify powers of I, you should use I squared, right? I squared is equal to negative 1. So plug in negative 1 for I squared. Negative 1 times negative 40. Positive 40. And then you add these two numbers. Negative 5i plus negative 30i, which is negative 35i. And then you keep 40 in the front. Next, parenthesis negative 7i squared, which means negative 7 squared times I squared. Parenthesis negative 7 squared is 49. I squared is negative 1. So negative 1 times 49, negative 49. C. 22. You distribute negative 3 for these two numbers first, and then you multiply these two. Negative 3 times 7, negative 21. Negative 3 times 5i, negative 15i. And then minus 7i times 5i, 35i squared. I squared is equal to negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 35, positive 35. 35 plus negative 21 is 14. Yeah, 14. 14 minus 15i. Number 23, binomial times binomial. So you should use FOIL way. FOIL. 6 times negative 4, which is negative 24. 6 times 3i, 18i. Negative 6i times negative 4, positive 24i. Negative 6i times 3i, negative 18i squared. I squared is equal to negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 18 is positive 18. 18 plus negative 24 is negative 6. And then you add these two like terms because they are imaginary numbers. So 42i. Negative 6 plus 42i is answer. Number 24, okay. If there is binomial in denominator, to simplify this fraction, you should multiply complex conjugate of denominator, which is 10 plus 6i. You multiply 10 plus 6i in numerator and denominator. In denominator, to simplify this form, we need to use this. A minus b times a plus b form, which is a squared minus b squared. So denominator will be 10 squared minus 6i squared. In numerator, you just distribute 3i for these two terms. So 3i times 10, 30i. 3i times 6i, 18i squared. Simplify more. Numerator, I squared is negative 1. Negative 1 times 18 is negative 18. You keep 30i. In denominator, 10 squared is 100 minus 6 squared is 36. I squared is I squared, which is negative 1. So denominator is 100 minus 36, negative 1, plus 36. Negative 18 plus 30i. So denominator is 136. Numerator negative 18 plus 30i. This is, all of these numbers are even numbers. So you can divide all of those three numbers by 2. Right, so 136 divided by 2, 68. 18, negative 18 divided by 2, negative 9. 30i divided by 2, 15i. All right.